Aries, so this is your short heads up for all the astrological energies you need to understand about to navigate the month of September 2023. And this particular reading is for the Sun in Aries or for the rising sign in Aries. Some people also like to listen to this if their moon is in Aries. The choice is yours. So how is September going to pan out for all of us? Because it's a month when psychologically I think we all feel we're getting back to work or going back to school or starting something new. There's something I think psychologically about the month of September that gives us that general feeling. However, we have most of the planets retrograde, but two of the inner planets are going to be going direct. So that is going to be helpful. But you know what I think would be very helpful this month, Aries? And that's to think about how you use this time of go slow, because we have the retrograde energies, to co-create with the universe. Because if we just leave things to random chance, it can feel, or it can appear to be, a little bit out of our control. And yes, on one level, everything is always out of our control. But we do have to have the intention to create the energies that we wish to experience in our lives. So this month, let's look at the energies that are around, because, for example, Venus, our planet of relationship, love, self-worth, and it can be finance and money, has been retrograde in Leo since July 22nd, 23rd. Now on the 3rd, 4th of September, it finally goes direct again. So Venus has now become visible again. So symbolically, this is a really helpful energy for us. So I think we can begin to feel that we can use that wonderful, rich energy of Venus in Leo, which is about creativity, to create the future and the kind of next few months that we would like to experience. Now, also on the 3rd, 4th of September, our huge maverick planet, Jupiter, our planet of luck, opportunity, of expansion. Remember, it expands not only the good things, but sometimes it can expand the bad things, like our waistlines. Now, Jupiter is going to join most of the major outer planets and turn retrograde, and that is also from the 4th of September. I will do a separate video on that to fill you in more detail. This is really just a heads up of what's ahead for you to be mindful of and mark on your calendar for the month of September. Now, we have some more good news, because Mercury, our planet of communication, our planet of communication that is very detailed when it's in the sign of Virgo, because remember, Mercury rules Virgo, and it's been retrograde here for 3 weeks. Finally, on the 15th of September, Mercury goes direct. Now remember, and this goes for Venus as well, they both have to retrace their steps that they've already gone back through. So this is called the shadow zone as they move out of this energy. So what we have to bear in mind with this is that it's giving us a chance in many ways to collect our thoughts, to think about how we want to proceed, especially with this Mercury in Virgo, and the attention to the details of our lives. So just be aware of that. I think you will feel by the middle of the month a real kind of shifting of energies. And for the first kind of couple of weeks, it is going to feel still a little bit stuck, a little bit sticky. And that will pass. Just remember it's time to regroup, reflect, redo, reframe, rethink, and rest. When we're given opportunities to rest, we should take it with gratitude. Now, also on the 15th, the day that Mercury goes direct, we have a new moon in the sign of Virgo. And this new moon, of course, in Virgo, really gives us the energies to think about what we want to invite into our lives, manifest, initiate with regard to anything that is to do with our health, inviting in better health regimes, going back to the gym if that's your thing, addressing your diet. That's another area that I think all of us most of the time probably need to address. I know I certainly do. And so this particular new moon, because it's the 6th house, and of course for Aries, this is the 6th house. So it's also about service to others. So it may be that you want to do something for your community that is in some way giving back, or just helping out in some way. Now, what's interesting with this new moon is that it's trined by retrograde Uranus in Taurus in your 2nd house. Now, Uranus, of course, is our planet of the unexpected, shocks, surprises. It's in Taurus, which can be about value, money, the economy. I just wonder whether this new moon could see your finances getting a refreshing boost. Gosh, that could be nice, Aries. That would be very welcome, I think, for a lot of Aries people to get a little bit of input into their piggy banks. Let's just move on to see what happens on the 16th, because this is quite important energy as well. And Virgo in your 6th house really is quite full of energy this month for you, Aries, because on the 16th, the sun in Virgo, of course, that's just been part of this new moon, still trines Uranus. So the moon has moved on. And also what happens is it makes one corner of a grand Earth trine. And this grand Earth trine is quite a big deal, and it's around for a few days. So one point of the grand Earth trine is the sun in Virgo. Virgo is Earth, and it trines Pluto in your 6th house, in Capricorn. Remember, Pluto is retrograde. And in the 10th, and that's in the 10th house. And then Uranus, of course, retrograde in Taurus in the 2nd. So you've got the sun in the 6th, you've got Pluto in the 10th, and you've got Uranus in the 2nd. What could this grand Earth trine mean for you? I wonder whether what it's actually going to do is to bring in a little bit of stability. Because I sense, Aries, that things have been quite challenging for you for quite a few months. I mean, they've been challenging for everyone, but I think, Aries, you've really suffered from it. Now, this energy is around for a few days, and it really is going to be super helpful to you. And I think it's about this, what I was talking about at the beginning, this co-creation with the divine. How can you use this lovely earthy energy to plant the seeds of the future you would like to create for you. That's what I want you to think about. Because, you know, the energies this month really aren't too challenging. Even though we've got a lot of retrograde energy, I think we're all going to find it a little bit of a time for just a bit of respite and a time to breathe. Now, the autumn equinox happens on the 23rd of September, and this marks a kind of point in time, a quarter part of the year where we're on our way to the winter solstice. Now, I will do a separate video on the autumn equinox, but the sun, of course, will be entering your 7th house, Libra, and this is the 23rd of September. Now, also on the 23rd, Venus, of course, now direct in Leo. Venus, our planet of love, relationship, self-worth, trines Chiron. Now, Chiron, remember, is our wounded healer. And of course, you've been hosting Chiron in your sign, in your 1st house, for quite a while. And this trine from Venus brings in some welcome relief and healing to relationship matters. So where things have been challenging, difficult, whether it's with close friends, loved ones, with your partner, your significant other, even in business relationships, this invites in healing. And remember, Chiron is retrograde. So Chiron's energy is really saying, I'm here to help you just really dig down deep and see where you need to make amends in certain areas of your life to heal any rifts there have been. Now, the last significant piece of energy that we need to talk about, which of course I will also have a separate video for, is the full moon in Aries in your sign. And of course, this is on the 28th, 29th of September. And with this one, we have Venus in Leo, now direct, as I said, in your 5th house of fun and creativity. And Venus is making a square to Uranus that is retrograde in Taurus in your 2nd house of finance. Now, what's interesting is that Venus, when it's in a square, is one of the few energies that is encouraging us to make the most of the challenge, to really work with it. Now, there could be, with this Venus in Leo squaring Uranus, unexpected expenses around this full moon. Maybe you have to let something go. Maybe you have to make a decision about a certain source of income or some way that you were hoping to make money, which is time wasting and not actually replenishing your piggy bank. That's what I feel this full moon energy could be about for you, Aries. But in general, remember, we are here to co-create with the divine. And that is what all of us have to do. And even though we have all these retrograde planets this month, remember, it gives you time to think and be clear about what you do want to invite in to your life. So on that note, Aries, thank you so much for joining me for your September short heads up video. And as you've noticed, I've changed the format yet again. You're actually still getting 5 points, but I decided showing my palm to the camera was not a particularly attractive feature. So I decided to drop that bit. Anyway, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things that all of you do and share. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.